Yeah, it's weird and ugly. Hey music friends, this is Davi Vasc, I'm a music composer for games, and today we're going to listen to and talk about a theme that has been requested a lot and for a long time here in the channel. So finally, we're listening to the Shara Ishvalda theme from Monster Hunter World Iceborne. And I have beaten Iceborne, I have beaten Shara Ishvalda, so I have heard this theme. But honestly, I feel like it will be like listening to it for the first time because I don't remember it. The fight was so insane and chaotic for me that I didn't pay attention to the music, I guess. Maybe I will remember as I listen to it, but as of right now, I don't remember. So yeah, I'm excited. Let's go. Oof. Man, so disturbing. Oh man. Okay, so very terrifying so far. It sounds very Elder Dragon-like. They're doing a lot of things that they usually do in Elder Dragon themes, and we'll get to that in a second. But first, I was very impressed right at the beginning with how many low, very low and bassy notes they're using here. Very bassy percussion, heavy percussion. So there's this low piano here, right? And then this percussion is so heavy, but there's also something else. Listen here at this part on the right speaker. The cellos and the basses are doing very low notes in a way, with a technique that is called tremolo, and tremolo means that they grab the bow and they do this fast. Tremolo in Italian means trembling, like shaking. So they're using the shaking, the trembling technique on the cellos and the double bass and playing very low notes, and that immediately rang some bells in my mind. You know, because this is the first phase of Shara Ishvalda, and it's the phase where he's in his like rocky stone kind of phase, and he goes under the ground and causes tremors, causes earthquakes. And if you guys have ever been in a concert, like a rock concert or any kind of concert that has a bass guitar or drums, you know that when the sound is very loud and very low pitched, you can feel it in the ground, you can feel it on your feet, you can feel your feet vibrating to the bass. And that is so appropriate, isn't it? Because it's a rocky kind of Elder Dragon. It causes tremors, it causes earthquakes. Even in the story, in some of the cutscenes, you can see like the things that Shara Ishvalda does underground, even before you see him, causes, you know, the ice to shatter and earthquakes and that kind of stuff. Yeah, so here's the tremolo. Did you hear? And then there's this weird wind instrument. Sounds Middle Eastern. And this is what I was talking about before, that they do on almost every Elder Dragon theme. They usually do a disturbing chord spam, like they did here. This is a very disturbing chord, and they use it, they spam it a lot in Elder Dragon themes to express the terror and the power of these super powerful creatures that are Elder Dragons. And this melody. Again, the disturbing chord. A lot of focus on the percussion. Did you guys hear that? Let me go back. A lot of focus on... Can you hear the many different tiny pieces of percussion, a lot of hard percussion? I think this adds to the theme of, you know, rock, you know, stuff, hard stuff hitting each other. And the Middle Eastern thing again. I think I wonder what the intention behind the Middle Eastern wood little instrument is. This sounds like it could be... Oh, what's the name of it? Yeah, a sham. It sounds like a sham. And a sham is kind of like an ancient oboe, a primitive oboe. And I think the purpose of the sham here is just to maybe give an ancient aspect, an ancient feel to Shara Ishvalda, and an exotic aspect as well to it. Because at this point, something that I think is interesting about Shara Ishvalda is that you don't see him at all until you fight him, right? If I'm remembering it correctly. With other Elder Dragons, even in Iceborne, like Velkhana, you see her, you even fight her a little bit before you get to the real fight. Shara Ishvalda is such a surprise, and it looks so weird. So I think they're trying to portray him as something unknown and kind of alien. Again, a lot of impact. Oh. Did you guys recognize this? That was the Iceborne theme. Yeah, they did this. The actual Iceborne theme is like this. In here, they cut the first part, they cut this part, and they went straight to this note here. And then it goes on to the next part of the Iceborne theme. So epic. Again, the sham. It feels exotic, doesn't it? It feels distant. Ooh. Okay, now it's time for the second phase. My guess is it's gonna sound kind of weird and ugly because Shara Ishvalda himself in the second phase is kind of weird and ugly. Let's go. Wow. They're wasting no time. Again with the focus on percussion. Man. And the shams, I guess. Yeah, it's weird and ugly. Now, the sham here is really interesting. You guys remember in the first phase, the sham was there. It sounded kind of weird and exotic, but it was mostly tame. It was buried under the bulk of the orchestra. Here they're going all out with the sham. It's much more prominent. Is on your face. Is very very on the forefront of the song. So it feels like the sham represents. I feel like the sham represents Shara Ishvalda himself, or maybe Shara Ishvalda's true form. Before he was tame, it was buried under the orchestra. Now it has come to the surface, and it's ugly. It's weird. Listen to this. They're using a bunch of different sounds to disturb us. There's some heroism there. What is this time signature though? Okay, there's some interesting stuff going on here. They're actually alternating between a 3-beat measure and a 5-beat measure. And in case you're wondering, that is very, very uncommon. It sounds weird, it sounds difficult to grasp, you know, it sounds difficult to move to it. Because, you know, when there's a beat playing, it's almost instinctive, you want to beat, you want to move to the beat. And it feels difficult to do it here because it's such a weird time signature. It's almost like they're trying to mimic the unpredictability of the movements of Shara Ishvalda himself. 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5. So yeah, I love this part. So a 5-beat measure is uncommon and kind of weird by itself. When it's being alternated with a 3-beat measure, it becomes so much more alien, right? These shams, so disturbing, sounds like a scream of agony. Oh, this is the Iceborne theme again, in a little moment of tenderness. Wow. Did you guys hear that? The sham that I suspect represents Shara Ishvalda became harmonious with the rest of the orchestra, and the sham together with the strings with the rest of the orchestra played together the theme of Iceborne. What does that mean? Oh man, and this last part, it does sound like a scream of pain and agony, and here they framed it to sound a little bit more melancholic, I feel like. So that's weird. It feels harmonious. You guys will have to help me out here. I'm kind of rusty in my Iceborne lore. Was there ever a thing in Iceborne where Shara Ishvalda is actually not a bad guy? Because it certainly feels like they're trying to say something like that, but I don't remember the lore. All of a sudden, it's no longer chaotic and insane and enraging like it was before. It becomes harmonious and quiet and more intimate and even kind of melancholic, like they're trying to make you feel bad for him. Hey, I've done a bunch of videos like this one on the music of Monster Hunter World Iceborne. I'm gonna put the playlist over here. And by the way, are you excited for Sunbreak? I definitely am. And if you haven't seen the videos I've done on the music of Monster Hunter Rise over here, you better catch up with this playlist over here, because I'm definitely gonna do even more videos when Sunbreak comes out. And remember, whenever you're ready to spread your wings and go on a music journey again, I'll see you there.